So this is part two of Rise of Turks. Ghaznavid Sultanate. Ghaznavid Sultanate was established by Alpatgin in 961 in the city of Ghazni, and because of this city name Ghazni, they took their name Ghaznavid. It was a Turco-Persian Sultanate. It was established by Turks warlords, and it adopted the Persian culture. So it was Turco-Persian Sultanate. It was the Sultanate was consolidated by Mahmud of Ghazni between 998 and 1030 AD. Their center of power was in Khorasan and Afghanistan, and for them the Abbasid caliphs were not rivals but a source of legitimacy because Abbasid caliphs were the supreme religious leader of Muslim world. So if they approve their power, it will be legitimate. And in return, caliphs was willing to support the Sunni Ghaznavids as a counterweight to Shia power. Shia were prominent at that time in Egypt and other parts. This sultanate was at its peak during the reign of Mahmud of Ghazni, and at his time the empire was extending from Zagros mountains to the Indus River. Okay. Regular raids into India assured a steady flow of booty that was utilized for architecture, art, and culture, and it became a golden age for them. Then Ghaznavids will be overthrown by another Turkic nomads who newly arrived from Central Asian steppe, the Seljuk Turks. Okay, these Seljuk Turks, they in 11th century they migrated into Khorasan area and they defeated these Ghaznavids. So you can see this is Ghaznavid Empire between 975 to 1187 AD, right from this Aral Sea area to this Tehran and like modern day complete Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, this part of India. This is there. This is Caspian Sea and this is Aral Sea. So there was one confederation of tribes of Turks called Oghuz. Oghuz Turks. So this was a confederation of many Turkic tribes. They were living somewhere in the north of these seas. Under and their supreme leader was Yabgu. Yabgu. He was supreme leader of this confederation of tribes. There was one tribe in this confederation called Seljuk. Their leader was Seljuk. So this Seljuk has some conflict with supreme leader Yabgu, and then Seljuk had to migrate from this region to this region, Lower Sir Darya Basin. He migrated here with his followers, with his tribe people, and he included other tribal people who were already living in this area. So this Seljuk they originated from Kinnik branch of the Oghuz Turks, okay, who in 8th century were living on the periphery of the Muslim world in north of Caspian Sea and Aral Sea, in modern day Kazakh steppe of Turkestan. When Seljuk, the leader of Seljuk clan, had a falling out with Yaghu, he split his clan off from the bulk of the Oghuz Turks and set up camp on the west bank of Lower Sir Darya. He brought together a large number of nomadic communities who until had been living in the Sir basin. It was a loose and opportunistic alliance formed for the purpose of conquest and plunder. So, even Seljuk Turks might have remained simply one more warlords roaming the western steppe had Seljuk himself not been impressed and inspired by the teaching of the Muslim missionaries. So they entered in as soldiers in the armies of Samanids and Karakhanids, and around 985 Seljuk converted to Islam. All of his followers also embraced Islam. Taking advantage of the chaos following the death of Mahmud of Ghazni, Seljuks conquered Khorasan area in 1037 and made Nisapur their capital. Okay. In Battle of Dandanakan, they defeated Ghaznavid army. In this, the grandsons of Seljuk they defeated the son Masood I of Mahmud of Ghazni, and they established the Great Seljuk Empire. Arriving in Persia, the Seljuks adopted the Persian culture and used the Persian language as the official language of the government. And they played an important role in development of the Turco-Persian traditions. Today, these Seljuks are remembered as great patrons of Persian culture, art, literature, and language. They are regarded as the ancestors of the Western Turks, the present day inhabitants of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and Turkey. So, Tughril Beg, that this Dandakan victory opened up way for the West. Now they started conquering the areas towards West. Tughril Beg, he seized Baghdad in 1055 AD and he took Abbasid Caliph under his protection. This Seljuk sultans expected to rule jointly with the caliphs. This great Seljuk empire was dedicated to the strictest principle of Sunni Islam and they will punish infidels of every kind. After Tughril Beg's death, his nephew Alp Arslan, he took over in it is not 9063, it is 1063 AD. He took Armenia from Christians in 1064. Then he invaded the Byzantine Empire 4 years later, occupying much of Anatolia. Then he took Syria, invading Palestine, Egypt, and even Arabia. Alp Arslan destroyed the Byzantine army in the Battle of Manzikert, that famous battle in 1071. And then Muslim Turks, they overran the Anatolia. This In this battle, Byzantine Empire, Romanus IV, he was leading 60,000 warriors, and this Turkish cavalry was only 20,000 men. But this Turkish warriors were battle hardened. They were also bound to one another by ties of comradeship and loyalty. And same things were lacking in Byzantine army because Byzantine army was comprised of Frankish, Norman, Bulgarian, German mercenaries. So after this victory, the Muslim Turks, they overran Anatolia and fundamentally transforming what had been a Christian land with a Hellenistic culture. So these are the places where battles took place in coming years between Byzantine and Seljuks. This is Manjikert 1071. Then Turks started moving westward. This Edessa, Antioch, this place 1075, Nicaea. Okay, so this is Anatolia. Initially, it was under Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantine Empire. This is Constantinople. This is also called Asia Minor. So Turks now started after victory at Manjikert. Turks started moving towards west. So now Islam was seen as direct threat to Christian world. Okay. Seljuk capture of Jerusalem from the Fatimids in 1073 was seen as final straw by fearful Christendom. I told you the Fatimids were ruling in Egypt. So in 1095, at the Council of Clermont, Pope Urban II, he proclaimed first crusades. Okay. And this is how the crusades war will start. And in 1092, when Malik Sas will die, his son Kilij Arslan first, he will found the Sultanate of Rome that we will study in next lecture. Take care. Bye.